Hello guys. Now today in this video I want to show you how to make this thing about balancing chemical equations. Alright, I'm going to show you with a simple equation. Like, this is the first video, so I'm going to start to introduce you into this balancing equation thing. We have this reaction here, okay, this chemical equation, which it shows that when the lithium oxide reacts with water, it produces the lithium hydroxide, okay? And we need to balance the equation. What does this mean? This means that we're gonna do, like, we have the same amount of atoms of each element in both sides of the reaction. Remember, we have a side of the reactants before the arrow, okay, that signals to the products, and we have the side of the products. So you have to learn how to balance this in order to have the same amount of atoms of each element in both sides. So we're going to start with making a list of the elements that form this, each side of the equation. Okay, so we got lithium, we got oxygen, and we have hydrogen. Okay, and I'm going to count the amount of atoms of each element. How are we gonna know that? Because of the subscripts. Okay, I have 2 atoms of lithium here, so I'm gonna write number 2. I have 2 atoms of oxygen, and I have 2 atoms of hydrogen. This is in the side of the reactants. In the side of the products, I have also lithium, oxygen, and hydrogen. Okay. Lithium, you have 1 atom. Oxygen, you have 1 atom. And hydrogen, you have 1 atom too. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is to observe that I have a 2 here and 1 here. Okay. So what I have to do is to add a coefficient in the side of the products. Why? Because I want to reach this amount. Instead of having 1 atom, I want to have 2 atoms. So when I write here a coefficient 2, this coefficient 2 will multiply, let's say like that, to the amount of the atoms of each element that it affects. In this case, it is only affected on 1 product, okay, because you have only 1 product here. So you will have 2 atoms of lithium, 2 atoms of oxygen, and 2 atoms of hydrogen. Okay, so now you have 2, 2, and 2. And if you look at the other side, now you have 2 of each one, 2. Okay, so it is balanced now. I hope that this helps you to have a little idea about what we have to do. Now I'm going to record another video about this, but with a more complex equation.